guys, my name is Luke, and today is the first day of, first full day of summer break, and it's really hot out. It's probably around 80 degrees. So that's a nice way to start summer break. It's super sunny out and everything like that. I got my painting shirt on, and we're gonna work on painting the deck and the floor inside. If you saw my last video, put my camera in front of the sun. If you saw my last video, we actually got the floor inside all prepped. So all the wood filler is all hardened now. We're going to take the sander, sand it smooth. We're also going to sand the deck out here and get it all ready for paint today. So now that I'm going to paint today, I need to make sure everything that's still on the ground, which is not very much, everything that's still on the ground needs to come and be moved. So I'll probably just put, you can see in the last video, I almost put a lot of stuff in the loft just to get it out of the way. The only thing I had to really move to a different spot was the couch. That's because that was too big to fit into the loft. But once we get everything out of here, then I need to start sanding, bring the vacuum out, or shop vac, you know, suck all the dust up so we're not painting over you know, dust and stuff like that. Then I can also just stand outside and blow all that dust off as well, and then we can start painting. I'm probably going to roll most of it under here. I probably won't roll. I'll try to roll as much as I can without getting any paint on the walls, but I'll probably have to get the brush out just so I can, you know, paint in these kind of corners and stuff like that. So this shouldn't take that long, which is a good thing. Then I can let it dry. And this weekend we have nothing going on. Surprisingly, we're not actually camping. We've been camping for 2 weeks in a row now. So I can start moving some stuff in and start moving in for the summer. Tomorrow will be the 1 year anniversary of building my tiny house. So it's been 1 year that I've been building my tiny house. Sorry if I'm using two hands. I'm using my dad's camera today, and it's a lot heavier than mine. So I feel like this summer my channel will really grow a lot bigger because I'll be able to put more effort and time in these videos. I have some really big video ideas that will be making. I get a lot of my inspiration from Dylan Maskender. I'll put his name at the bottom of the screen right now. I don't really know how to say his last name, but he lives in a van and he travels the world and does tours, and his tours are really good. So I hope to make some of my tours like that. So you can see right here, sorry it's a little echoey, I don't have any furniture in here, so you do get more echoes, which is worse for audio, but you have to deal with it for this video. You can see I sanded all this down. Now there was areas like this that could have been done, but I didn't do. No one's ever going to see it. The couch is always going to stay there, and with the paint I'm using, it's a deck paint, so it's the same stuff we use on our front steps. So it fills cracks up to 1/4, locks down splinters, barefoot, friendly, and slip resistant. So that's going to work really well. If you haven't seen the reason why I'm using paint is because in this tiny house, if I were to use flooring, I've talked to a carpenter and stuff, he said it'd be very hard since I'm not full-time living in here and I don't really have an AC system. It would be really hard for me to do it because it would be constantly getting hot, cold whenever I'm in here, and so the flooring would constantly expand and contract, and that it would always look uneven, especially with the stuff I have. It would have to look good down there and butt up close to those kind of things like that. So it'd also be more expensive. So I never, the only time I took my shoes off was when I staying the night in here. So I hardly ever take my shoes off when I come in here, and it'll be better for the floor. It's cheaper, and I think it'll just look better overall. So I'm going to use that instead of using flooring. Also, it would also match the deck outside. to move the tripod, and yeah, so I can't film the rest of this because I have to keep working my way towards where you guys are. So I keep hitting. So I don't know if you can see too well in there. I'll zoom in, but I got all of it painted. Some of it I used a small brush for. You can see along these sides right here. I couldn't get that close with the roller to the sides, so I'm gonna let it dry, come back with the little brush, and clean all the sides up. And then the floor inside should be done. It looks really brown right now, and that's just because the paint looks brown when it's wet. It will turn into a gray/green color once it's dry. And you can tell once it's dry, and then I paint along here. You'll be able to see the color difference from when it's wet and dry. It's definitely getting hotter as the day goes on. I'm really sweating now. I'm gonna get a fan. I have to leave this door open because it's right up to the door. So I have to leave the door open so it'll be able to dry like that. I just have my little sander right there. So I'm gonna leave the door open to let it dry, and then I'm gonna get a fan to put in front of the door to blow cool air in on the paint. So it is now around 3:30. The sun has, moved around, and now I have shade on the entire house, so it's not as hot. We lifted the deck up on both sides so I can paint the sides without, trying to paint grass and stuff like that. Now I'm just taking this broom and getting all the grass off the sides of the deck. You can see it if you watched my deck building video. We had the overhang. Since temperatures and stuff, it kind of curled up, but it still works fine. Which actually kind of works better because then it kind of repels water away from the house. So in the end, it works. So I'm going to first paint all of the sides, let those dry, then put the deck back on the ground, and then paint the top. First plan was actually just to paint the sides, let it dry, and then put it down on the ground and use the roller and just roll the paint on the top. But then I got carried away, and I just painted the whole thing just with the brush. So I'll lay it on pretty thick. Maybe it will need a second coat, but if it needs a second coat, then I can just use the roller. But I'm glad I got that done. So now the deck got its first coat on, and yeah, it's ready for this weekend. So today is actually Friday. It's the first day of summer break. I don't know if I said that already. And tomorrow, this will probably be all for this video. I'll probably just get this dried, put it back into place, and I'm gonna let both of these sit for tonight. And then this will probably be all for this video. And then tomorrow, watch tomorrow's video because I'm gonna be moving into my tiny house. So moving everything in, everything like refrigerators, stuff like that. Getting it ready to live in because I can put everything back like it was because the floor will be done. The floor's dry in there. I have the window open so it can dry more, but you always want this kind of paint or any kind of paint to sit a day without being walked on, stuff like that. I did walk on that once just to paint everything else, but just so it's not sticky and stuff like that. So I think that'll be all for this video. I'll probably put it back into place once it's done. I don't think that's too interesting. I don't think you guys want to see that. So that'll be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.